A woman dies and meet Jesus face to face in heaven. Now, that is the topic of today. And that's because I have been watching some NDE videos and I really want to share this one. This one is about a year ago. But anyway, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button so this video can go out into the algorithm to people just like you. And if you want to, if you like the content, feel free to subscribe, share it with your family or friends. But let's get into the video. So yeah, this video right here, it says, it's real. Woman dies, meet Jesus face to face in heaven, comes back with a message. Let's go. I'll make sure my volume is up because I know my son likes to talk in the background of the room. But I really found this video very this is on CBN News, by the way. Hopefully they don't, I don't think they will try to copyright strike me or anything. I'm gonna drop the original video down in the comment section. But before I get started in this, I just want to let y'all know that I have been watching a lot of like NDE video, which is near death experience videos. And one thing I'm starting to realize, and it led me to ask questions, and I got the answer, is some NDE videos you gotta watch out because a lot of it, some of it, not a lot of it, but some of it is it have some is there to deceive us Christians. We gotta really listen and have discernment whenever we watching these things or ask questions. That's why it's good to have fellowship, y'all. This is why it's good to have discipleship. To have people you go to and ask questions. Because some of the video was just like, it was crazy. I was watching the videos, and this is the devil strategy, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the videos, and some of it, like, had some like new age like vibe to it. It didn't like one of like didn't even focus on it. This person said they died, but they really focus on themselves rather than God. There was like, yeah, I came to a sense of knowing my innermost self better, and you know, God want me to be successful and stuff, and you know, I gotta find the my innermost what do you say? I gotta find my most innermost uh purpose in life to be successful, and it was just talking about success, and it was just kind of like really giving me like that prosperity slash like new age vibe, and also like some video would give me some free grace type vibes too. So I remember one person said there wasn't even, there was like there is no hell, like it's heaven, but there, I don't know, like, yeah. So y'all just gotta be careful about those videos, because some people, I mean, yeah, they probably died, but they probably didn't. They probably thought they was in heaven. They probably, like, it probably was a trick from the enemy himself. I don't know, but it just didn't make sense. A lot of it just didn't make sense what they was saying. Like, it sounds like heaven, but then once they, I mean, I'll put it like this: it probably was. They probably got the wrong message out of it. You know, they probably thought that what God meant, but God didn't mean that. How many times the disciples have misunderstood what Jesus was saying? So, anyway, let me stop talking and let's get into the video. I'm gonna pull this up. Oh yeah, and I was gonna get YouTube Premium, but I ain't getting Spotify Premium. Y'all gonna like me for that.
On February 12th, 2018, Brian Hines called 911.
Please, I think my wife's having a heart attack. She passed out. Listen, is she breathing? No, she's not.
Tina was unresponsive.
Man, I've never seen anybody with their eyes rolled back and literally starting to turn purple.
Jeff Logus, their neighbor who had stopped over for a quick visit, tried finding a pulse and then began CPR.
As Jeff said, Brian, I can't do this. I'm not doing it right. So I put the phone down on the rocks and I just start pushing on Tina. pushing on her chest, in the middle of her chest. I was panicked.
It was like a man giving every last breath that he had to try to get his wife back.
I thought she was dead.
First responders arrived at the scene. Paramedics administered 2 rounds of epinephrine and shocked Tina's heart.
I did it a third time, when I'm looking at them, going, guys, is her heart beating? Can you get her heart to beat? Please, God, please make her heart beat.
Tina, still without a heartbeat, is rushed to Deer Valley Medical Center by ambulance as the paramedics continue trying to resuscitate her. Tina's injuries included a gash on her forehead from the fall, a cracked sternum.
Also, I'm gonna be real with y'all. And I know I'm not the only one, but sometimes when I like watch stuff like this, like my mind like goes into this like, oh, one of this fake, one of this is a made up story, one of this isn't real, one of this is just for, content creation and the views, but like, just look very real. Like it is showing documents and stuff, and I don't think CBN would lie. Like they wouldn't put false news out there. That would mess up their image.
And several cracked ribs from the CPR. With no sign of life for over 20 minutes, Tina is rushed into the ER.
All right, hello.
Sign of life for over 20 minutes. Tina is rushed into the ER.
In my mind,
Fall,
We'll go back.
a cracked sternum, and several cracked
Yeah, see, this is real, cause yeah, this is real. It shows right there. That's why they call it Tina. Okay. Okay,
ribs
famous
from the
Tina.
CPR. With no sign of life for
It's
over
real.
20 minutes, Tina is rushed into the ER.
in my mind, I knew she was dead. There was nothing.
Hold on, my bad. Let
Family
me
and
go back.
friends trickle into the minutes. Tina is rushed into the ER.
In my mind, I knew she was dead. There was nothing.
Let me go back.
Paramedics
That's on it.
several cracked ribs from the CPR.
Who an arrival patient is postness and uppeanut. Oh wow. Well, okay. So it's a 12 lead EKG obtained at 1721. Interpretation done by me showed sinus bradycardia rate 52, no some T wave elevation or depression, no T wave inversion. Appears to be first degree AV block with left axis deviation, significantly limited due to more motion artifact. It's a clinical course in critical thing. It's a Christina Marie Hayes. It's a 51-year-old female who present with cardiac arrest. On arrival, patient is pulseless and apneic. I don't know what apneic means. So, I probably like, let's look at that word right quick. I got my phone right here. We got to do that. I'm one of those people that like, it's, you just want to like see what word mean and stuff. I'm one of those people. Apnea is a disorder that causes temporary cessation of breathing, often during sleep. It can prevent the body from getting enough oxygen. Oh wow. Oh, apnea. Okay, it's almost like apnea, but so basically, she's not. She don't have no pulse, and she's not like breathing very easily.
ER. With no sign of life for over 20 minutes, Tina is rushed into
20
the ER.
minutes.
In my mind, I knew she was dead. There was nothing.
Family and friends trickle into the waiting room to pray and be with Brian.
It was a prayer of desperation. I said, God, take everything from my life. If you give me back Tina.
Meanwhile, Tina's sister, Tammy, and her husband, Dave, rush across the desert from Los Angeles to Phoenix.
She just told me that she had sudden peace, like something fell on her, peace, that Tina was going to be okay. And as she told me that story, I got a text on my phone.
It was from Brian. Tina is alive. The doctor explained.
Well, we defibrillated her 1 one more time in the ER, and she came back. But there was probably 27, 28 minutes with limited or no oxygen. We're going to induce a coma to allow her body to relax while we're doing all these tests to try to figure out what happened.
The doctor continued to explain. Most people don't survive after 5 to 10 minutes of being without oxygen to the brain. And if Tina pulled through, she would...
Said most people don't last if they go at least 5 to 10 minutes without oxygen to their brain. This lady went 20 minutes.
most likely have brain injuries that could leave her with a major brain handicap. Reeling from his wife's potential complications, Brian stepped into Tina's ICU room for the first time.
I mean, she's vented, the thing's breathing for her, she's got all these tubes on her, and your eyes just immediately go to that monitor, watching the heart rate thing, the chart, and hearing the beeping and seeing the numbers. It was crazy. But I had to be happy too that at least she is alive.
Meanwhile, the ICU waiting room was filled with family and friends crying out to God for Tina, including Dave and Tammy.
We were praying the whole time.
The next day, when Tina's vital signs were back to normal, her doctors needed to determine if she could breathe on her own. They decided to take her off the ventilator. Brian whispered in his wife's ear.
The doctor needs to know that you can breathe on your own, and I told him that you're Superwoman. Can you show him that you can breathe on your own? Her chest went. When I looked back at the doctor, and he goes, that'll work.
Tina was able to breathe on her own, and once she was fully conscious, Dave placed a pen in her hand and held a notebook for her.
And she just started making marks, and I couldn't tell what it was, and I was almost shaking. I was fixed. I just held the book steady because I didn't want it to drop.
We figured out that she had wrote ITSREAL. It's real. And I go, the pain? The hospital? She's slowly nodding her head. Eyes are closed. She's fully vented. She's moving all this. And then my daughter goes, heaven? And she goes, she nods yes.
But as soon as someone said Jesus, a peace came across her.
I just looked at Dara and said, she's going to be just fine.
The doctor warned that she may not be able to speak for a while. However,
Look at that. That's a real photo of her. And a husband and everything. This is real. You can tell that's an old photo too. Wow.
But as soon as someone said Jesus, a peace came across her.
I just looked at Dara and said, she's going to be just fine.
the doctor warned that she may not be able to speak for a while. However, Tina had a lot to say immediately.
I just wanted to share that I saw Jesus face to face. And the unbelievable rest and peacefulness of what I was experiencing was Jesus standing there with his arms open wide. And right behind Jesus standing there was this incredible glow. It was the most vibrant and beautiful yellow.
With her cracked sternum and ribs on the mend, Tina was discharged from the hospital on February 16th, just 4 days after suffering a cardiac arrest, without any brain impairments. Today, Tina's training for a half marathon and enjoying life.
God is real in my life. Jesus is real. Heaven is real. I know that God can use every situation to make us who we are in Christ.
Wow, that's good. That's good. We hear a lot of that. Like, just by looking at like NDE in a near-death experience, like we see a lot of people talk about peace and love and joy. Like those are the emotion that people feel. And I'm gonna just put this in. So y'all can see. Y'all even see like even there would be like similar titles when you look up NDE testimony. let's see. Let's see. Um, Finally home. That's a real one. Uh, uh, these are easy. Yeah. I don't. This is the type of stuff I don't watch. Let me just play this right quick.
My name is Sarah Coleman, and I need to share something with you.
See, I don't trust those. I just don't. And those just they not showing their face and stuff. And I don't know. I'm just not. I want to see something real. Like, it's, uh, most people say they met Jesus in heaven. Um, trying to find some more. Everybody else's videos are popping up. I knew it was Jesus. Jesus a lot. There's a lot like about Jesus on the NDE experience, right? Felt so alive. That's the lady who actually it is certain things what she said in the video, got them real. Souls enter earth. Don't be afraid. I couldn't stop looking at Jesus. You know, stuff like that. But some people come back and they be like, oh, you made a decision on your life before you were born. You? Or was it you or was it God? You know? But anyway, that was a really good video. I just want to share that. Just let y'all know, like, you know, this heaven is real. This heaven stuff that people hear about is real. Jesus is real. And, you know, you just got to have discernment when watching these videos. Just a sense of peace that people have when they, you know, experience these things. Near-death experience is very interesting. Find unconditional love on the other side. Like, it's always those things. Wow. I get goosebumps just, oh man. Oh wow. I do have a question. Like, do we have like I want to know, do we have like a choice? Like, do you kind of like get to choose if you want to come back or not? And is it the main reason why we don't see a lot of people come back? Because a lot of people like I don't want to I don't want to go back. I feel like either you get to choose or maybe you get to choose to come back, or God tells you, no, you got to go back. Because I hear so many times people like, no, I don't want to go back, and God be like, no, you got unfulfilled. You got a purpose. You got some things you haven't fulfilled yet, and so that is very interesting. And I would love to, you know, just hear more stories. And that's why I've been watching these, trying to find the ones that, you know, that seem legit. That's why I put in NDE Christian testimony, really. But with that being said, I just wanted to drop this video because I've been watching a lot of these, and I figured, hey, why not share it with y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know if you ever had a near-death experience. That would be amazing to hear someone else come in and say they had a near-death experience. But with that being said, I am out. Y'all have a blessed day.